Hello everybody, Simon here. Welcome back to an episode of Hearts of Iron 4 modern day mod playing with Germany. So let's go back with, let's go on with the game. Now, as you can see, we're making very little money right now because we have had a lot of investment. Such as you can see, we're spending almost maximum. We have our social spending and healthcare spending so on at maximum level. Our population should be very happy because of that. And we're having also reduced the population tax rate to like 41 or 42 to 40%, which is really good. Corporate tax anyway reduced. I tend to reduce this rate even furthermore, but we'll see if this is gonna happen. Now let's go on with the campaign. So we're playing with the United States of Europe, and we're moving forward. So we have Boxer, Spike, and Aloyas. Then we're gonna move on with some ships. Excuse me. Carrier hull, maybe we're gonna research this later. Let's see what else can we research here. Yeah, I'm gonna go with advanced landing aircraft. It's gonna increase the invasion defense, invasion naval capacity +3, and the speed. So let's go on with that. And I'm gonna have to replace this Wolf SSA Mouse. This is a mounted ATGM basically. And then we're gonna have this multi-purpose warheads. I think this is good. Let's go on with that. And Iraq seems that might become independent, so let's try to stop that. In Iran, Syria, we need to have more than 5% influence in order to reduce it. Otherwise, it's not gonna work. Let's just first of all increase the independence that we have and demobilize the nation. Replace huge military. And if you're not gonna select it, what's gonna happen? Nothing. Of course, we are gonna prepare for war, which perhaps is not gonna happen as well. Got another project, improve electronic warfare. Yes, let's go on with that. And we still have more place for more stuff. So as you can see, we're making a little bit of money, which is good. We also have some troops here. I'm not sure. Did I send these troops? No, they're not. They're not. Whatever. We just have them in Poland, but that's okay because it's a NATO member, as well as Estonia has also been annexed, and Finland, but not Sweden. Sweden is not an European Union member. They decided to remain neutral. So I think things are looking good. Now, as you can see, House of Hohenzollern is increasing in popularity, which is something that I do not really want. Wants to shut down a left-wing organization, you can shut it down. We're making almost 8 political power, which is really a lot, and it's also great at the same time. We can reduce again autonomy in Iraq. I hope that this will be reduced, by the way. We've got so many free factories, but we really don't need to use them right now. And we are constituting the new European nation. Not sure what that means, but this can only be good, I guess. Right, now we are here, and I think we should just move forward. This is the European Federation, and these are the United States of Europe. So we have European spirit, European political parties, European country leader becomes available, and European officer corps. I'm gonna go on, so it's gonna take a lot of time. I'm gonna go on European political parties. I think this is going to be more important. So let's go on with that. Invalid idea charter. So European Union has disappeared basically. Now we don't have many other things. And also here, yeah, as you can see, there's no voting, there is nothing else. I'm not sure if any other nations could enter European Union. There are offices that are still available somehow. And there are only a few other tiny countries that perhaps are part of the European Union. But as you can see, many other ideas are not valid anymore, unfortunately. Yeah, there's still the offices. We cannot occupy anything else. So I'm not sure what that was. Our offer of trade agreement. Demobilize the nation. We could of course choose to leave NATO and then fight NATO, or declare war on some other nations. We could do this, of course, leave NATO. This would be something very bold, but I think that, I mean, theoretically we can do it. We could also launch a coup, which I think I'm not gonna do. If House of Hohenzollern will come in power, gonna have more than... I don't think I would like to launch a coup, honestly. I don't think it's gonna be a good idea. Why can't we lease that access? Because we need a better relationship. We could, however... Opinion should be better in order to be able to lease that GPS. And there's basically nothing else that we can do here regarding European Union. The offices are occupied. Let's see what's gonna happen next, by the way. We're gonna have the European political parties then, maybe. We're also making a huge recruit population, 23,000. I think I should reduce this a lot. And we got the new type of WAF. Now I'm gonna, of course, upgrade it because we got plenty of experience. And we're just gonna go on here. Let's go on with this CAS. And we got the new type of WAF. WAF 2025. Unfortunately, we cannot upgrade it, but we're gonna just build it the way it is. Let's see, do we have enough equipment? Yeah, we got enough attack helicopters, enough main battle tanks, enough light tanks, enough small arms, transport helicopters, and utility vehicles, what we need. And a lot of planes, a lot of multi-role fighter, and a lot of light multi-role fighter, and a lot of air superiority fighter, and heavy lift aircraft and convoys. So we're doing very good. In fact, we're doing so good so that I think I'm gonna reduce the production even more, especially regarding attack helicopter. We're gonna leave it because we're gonna need more than that. Here we got so many planes, so that we're not gonna need to put up some more. Light jet 2015, we got 9,000. Yeah, we're not gonna need that many. Just have so many, we're not gonna need that many. I'm also gonna need more of this, we're just gonna create, but right now we really got so many of them. So I just want to decrease a little bit the APCs. Let's just decrease the production a little bit, because we really don't need that many. And now we're implying 81 industrial factories out of 290. We also got a big fleet, and our fleet is getting even bigger, as you can see. We got plenty of emeralds. Yeah, we got really a lot of fleets down here, and we're not gonna have them scaffolders, or because we're doing just great. We also got a lot of divisions, so we can do a lot of stuff right here in this game. And I was just hoping that we're gonna make a little bit more money. Let's see if we're gonna make a little bit more money. But no, we're not gonna make, you know why? Because we don't have those European bonuses anymore. European stimulus and bonuses. And that's why I think we're gonna start losing a lot of money. Because we got a big army. Now, if you're gonna decrease our military spending, we're in 2025, I think we might do better than that. Because we're losing 74,000, which is enormous. Now there are some things we can do here. For example, we're gonna go with huge military spending, 491 to 473. There will be a big difference. Then to 455, it was sizable. 442. There will be a big difference. We're gonna recruit over less manpower. But I think that we can do it, and I think we should do it. This is what is required now, because we are to use more military spending. Of course, I'm not gonna reduce this like immediately. I'm just gonna keep it like that for now, and I'm gonna reduce it steadily. We also got the partial draft. We go to volunteer service because we got plenty of manpower anyway. International officer education is good. This we can do because we are part of NATO. It gives us a lot of bonuses. And I would like to increase the economy to economic boom. Now for that, we're gonna have to have a lot of political power. We're gonna have to wait. Still military blueprints in China. We can steal them again. We can actually do it again. So let's do it again. Cybersecurity against North Korea. Now, I'm not sure what China and North Korea are researching. Are they trying to be aggressive? Although I think that the strongest is India, and we don't have any common border with India. We cannot basically invade them because we got a great relationship with them, but they got so many divisions. They got up to 350 divisions or so, or 333 or so. 8 million available manpower. China is having 5 million available manpower in less divisions. Of course, in a case of a war, the Chinese will put up a lot of any other divisions. Russians could also break free from European Union. They have already 6 divisions. It's gonna take a lot for Russia to recover, not to mention they have lost their most important regions here, because now it belongs to us. So that's the situation right now. Now I'm gonna have to do something to increase our income, and I'm thinking of reducing the spending, like a lot, because you don't have those European Union bonuses. Those bonuses are unfortunately gone. Now we still got some bonuses, but it's just still not enough. European political parties. We have united Europe, but it's just not being member or part of the European Union, then we have a lot of penalties because of that. Now we could build up some more stuff. Enrichment facility, that, and that will cost us of course a lot of money, but this would give us more energy, and we got a lot of energy, but we're gonna need even more. We've got suicide pills, and as you can see, we are now here done. There is nothing else that we can research here regarding spies. We're done with that. We have finished it. We're still making a lot of manpower. We don't really need that much manpower because we have such a huge territory. That's why I'm gonna decrease military spending like a lot. I'm also waiting to increase our economy to economic boom. This will bring us more bonuses, more stability, more construction speed, more monthly growth, and so it's gonna be alright. Now, okay, regarding corruption, as you can see, we're doing good. Now I'm also thinking of printing some money that will give us 1,000. That will be incredible. Let's print some money that will make us survive a little bit more, a little bit longer, financially, because I'm trying to pay the debt back. Now, if I'm gonna pay the debt back, next time I'm gonna pay part of the debt back, and then I'm gonna print some money. That will be the plan. This is what I'm gonna do. As you can see, we have a lot of raiders. We don't need any more other raiders right now. What I hope is that we're gonna be able to make a positive weekly balance at least. Yeah, as you can see, Italy is doing very good. Now we could theoretically try to annex also Vaduz, but no, we don't have enough. They somehow have a lot of political power because they are still part of the European Union. Now we are not, right? We're not anymore. We are G7, we're NATO, we have the Euro, but we're not member of European Union. Just as, oh, Italy is also not part of European Union. Now this is strange. Hungary and Slovenia is also not part, but somehow these bonuses are still, yeah, they're still part of the European Union. Abolish military. Yeah, they still got the bonus of European Union, EU-Turkey deal and so on. European political parties we got here. Now we can go on with European patriotism in another two months. Let's see if we got the European political parties. Yeah, we have them. They are over there. Now the problem is that we're not going to be able to do anything right now, because this also didn't change the tree, the focus tree. So we're not with Germany anymore. We have researched this and... actually, if you're gonna get this in power, European of Freedom and Direct Democracy, or Now the People, NP Party, or the Republicans, EFDD. We're gonna be able to go down here and research all this. But none of them is in place here. Let me check again. EFDD and NP. No, they're not. They are very far away. ALDE, Alliance of Liberals and Democrats for Europe Party. This is a Romanian. EFDD, Europe for Freedom of... yes, and the other one is the NP, right? Where is the NP? NP, Now the People. Okay, so they got 0, and this guy's EFDD, they also got 0. So in order to increase them, we're just gonna have to invest more in them. And it's good that there's still place for researching something else, which is great. But first of all, as I said, I would like to increase our economy a little bit. This should bring us some bonuses. Gonna need 805 political power, and we're able to do this because we are gaining a lot of political power anyway. $13.55 million, and somehow since they were losing even more money, like more than I expected. Minus 409. Alright, whatever, let's get back here regarding military. So there are some things that we can do here before we're gonna finish this as well. Mutually exclusive with defense in depth, pocket defense, encirclement penalty, division defense on quarter territory, 15%. I think I'm gonna go on with that. Want to shut down an Islamist organization. Let's shut it down. Everything is under control. In March 2025. Yes, and we're making less and less money. That is the problem. Minus 79,000. European patriotism. Political power gain 20%. Well, this is gonna be great. SPRT 2025. That's good. Now let's go on here. Yeah, so we're back at carrier hull. I think I'm gonna go on with that carrier hull. 2005. We're gonna need it anyway. Got a new type of self-propelled artillery. And also, production is 500%. We cannot get better than that, but we're just doing fine. Alright, so I think we can change this to economic boom, and now we should make more money having economic boom stuff. As you can see, we are already making a lot more money by having this economic boom stuff. Of course, we're still losing a lot of money. Gonna have to be careful with that. So let's see, the Corvette hull is there. Fighting aircraft. Let's go with third generation suicide drone. I think this is gonna be better. And yeah, we got a new type of ship, right? So let's have it. Corvette hull. Let's create, let's just 5 of them. Not too many because we got anyway a huge fleet, so I don't think we need more. 5 of them is just enough. I could have also, of course, also upgraded, which is what I'm gonna do with the next ships that we're gonna research. German society is stable. And I think important is that we're still in NATO alliance. That makes us, of course, powerful. Yeah, we got the Globemaster, and EU Council is ready to vote. But there is no EU Council anymore. EU Council is out. There are some offices, so EU Council doesn't exist. Let's see, we got the Globemaster. Let's go on with the electronics. So there are just a few things left here that I'm gonna research later. And regarding industry as well. Now let's see what we got. Standardized maglev rail. Yeah, we're gonna do that. And I think we can replace a type of transport airplane. I like also, we cannot upgrade them. I would like to upgrade them, but we can't do that. And we're still recruiting some divisions, as you can see. The Panzer Brigade, these are the German divisions. There are many other type of divisions that we can research. After forming the European Union, as you can see, there are a huge number of divisions. But I'm not going to do this because you got enough units. Oh, campaign, alright. We got enough units, so we don't really need this. I mean, take a look at this. We got 769 divisions, and we're still recruiting some more. So I think this really makes it. This is really enough. But I thought, yeah, we have recruited also some Marines that I like to deploy as well. Let's see what we got here. A Special Force Battalion, which is a British one, I think. Possibly. It's just an European one. It has equipment from all over Europe. I would just need 2 more Marine divisions. There you go. One is here, but... No, hang on a second, man. This is not what I'm looking for. There you go now. Let's just search for some Marine divisions. 6,000 men. This must be a British Royal Marine Division. We're gonna send it to this man because I want him to have a full Marine army here. And another one. This is also a British division with 5,000 men. And then we got this Air Force unit. I mean, they are paratroopers. We're just gonna send them also some more units. $4,000 men. Also British unit. Now a lot of troops will leave Great Britain, which is not defended now, but we don't really need to defend it. Guys, I think that our armies are strong enough. And some special forces as well. This is also British, with Challenger 2 tank. And a Panzer Brigade with 5,000 men Challenger. This is also British, and also some Leopard tanks. We're gonna send all of them. Okay, attack the nationalist idiots. No effect. Change of popularity of the nation is -8%. Refrain from attacking anyone. No, I don't want to attack the nationalists. Now I don't know who's gonna win in Europe. It's gonna be this party here. Right? European Green Party, European Pirate Party, Alliance of Autocrats, European People Party. I think I'm gonna choose these autocrats if I can. But I have to be careful because that way we're gonna lose a lot of... we're already losing money. Join the EU. Okay, we can apply to join. Is an EU candidate member. How can we become a candidate member? Add European Union member. a country joins the European Union. Well, I don't think it's gonna work, honestly. Demobilize the nation, discourage population growth. Well, don't think it's gonna be a good thing. Campaign for lower spending. This is gonna increase corruption, so no. We could increase the propaganda campaign. However, this is gonna increase the costs, such as for nationalists, for example, campaign. Although this is gonna be a little bit too late right now. Daily national support. Because we want to increase the popularity of these guys here, now the people, alright? And yeah, also the other guys that I want, this guys, the European Union of Freedom and Direct Democracy, which are actually nationalistic. So yeah, I'm gonna go on with them then. Nationalistic, right-wing populism, or emerging outlook, Salafist, or non-aligned. And from them is this alliance of monarchists, 9%. That we could just... but this will be if you're gonna increase the nationalism, so I think I'm gonna do it. Let's see what's gonna happen if the nationalists become in power. Nationalist propaganda campaign. Let's go on with that. And we could decrease also in Iraq, and we can combat again foreign influence in our nation. And that's all that we can do right now. Let's see what's gonna happen next. Let's see what the elections will bring in USC. Ask for a... No, I cannot ask. I cannot give them that because we need ourselves money. I see that we got less debt, I think. Possibly. European patriotism. Alright, that's good, I guess. Then we could move on. The new great game. A European officer corps. Yeah, we're gonna go on with that. And as I said, I'm not quite sure who's gonna win. We could also decrease the election threshold. It's 4%. Let's decrease it to 3%, so that other parties could join the ranks here. There you go. And the EFDD, the right-wing populism, are already growing, which is great. So we've got the new type of frigate. We're gonna go on with this generation fighter and attack aircraft. Also gonna go on with this type of plane. Let's create the frigate, but I would like to update it first because we got so much experience and we're still getting some. So yeah, as you can see, we got a lot of stuff down. What? We cannot upgrade them because they are blocked. Now that's a bit strange, but we're gonna create it anyway. Let's just create 5 of them. I don't want to create too many of them because we got already so many of them. We got so many dockyards free. And I think that we're doing just fine. We don't really need anything else. Martin Schulz coalition re-elected. We could choose to form new government, although we're gonna lose a lot of political power and we're not gonna get too much. But let's try to make these changes. Now we're gonna try to form a new government. This is gonna be very costly. We could also launch a coup. So give up European Pirate Party. Or invite Alliance of Autocrats, European People Party. Invite Green. Invite European People Party. What kind of party is that then? Auto Technocrat Trade. European People Party or Alliance of Autocrats. They will refuse, or they're not following European People Party. European Green Party, or give up European Pirate Party will try instead. No. I think I'm gonna invite the Autocrats, honestly. Welcome them aboard. And the government has been formed. We have completed. And Martin Schulz is still in power. I didn't really want that to happen, but it just happened. Now let's see what the situation is. So, Party of European Socialists is still the first. Yeah, we still cannot have this. The EFDD or the now the People Party should be in place, and they are not. However, I still gonna try to influence the nationalists. They're not here. They don't even have 0%. Alliance of Autocrats. European Pirate Party. Libertarian Party that supports limited intervention of the government economy and life choices. Yeah, so no matter what's gonna happen, since the Martin Schulz is still in power. I didn't really want that, but as I said, I'm gonna try to influence the things next time a little bit more, even if you're gonna lose a lot of money. Large scale, I think we just stolen that, didn't we? We have stolen the plan for an advanced technology, large scale tech integration. I'm not sure what this brings us. Okay, let's steal another civilian tech. So we don't really have to intervene anymore or to steal some other plans. Corruption within the FDP. What can we do here? We don't want the small and medium business owners to decrease their opinions. So we're gonna condemn the behavior, and we're gonna have a trade agreement with Haiti. We're still making a lot of manpower. We really don't need this. Let me just decrease the costs. So I'm gonna reduce, but we're gonna need some political power if we want to do this. I want to reduce from huge military spending to less military spending. This also give us more stability and more workforce, because we don't really need that much. Just way too much. And that way we will controversy surrounds Green Party politicians. I don't care about that, honestly. And now it seems they were losing even more money. I don't understand why. It's because it wants to shut down a right-wing organization. Yeah, let's shut it down. Yeah, we should just decrease the defense spending and all other spendings. Now we'll also print money again, but it's just that we're gonna need some more political power. I'm gonna actually do this before we're gonna take another loan. Okay, so it's decreasing minus 60. We're gonna print some money and we're gonna be safe. 49. There you go. Now we're gonna have 2,000 again. So we should be alright, I think. Now let's see here. Battlefield support or enemy counter destruction. Soft attack, hard attack. Battalion modifier from my battalions. I think this one is good. Let's go with that. And we got another bonus, another investment that we can make here. Alright, let's go with continuous bombardment. This is also a good thing. And I was hoping that war tension should decrease. Treaty of Baghdad and Treaty of Minsk. We have caused most of the war tension, actually. And we're gonna do much better with the money very soon, because I'm gonna decrease military spending a lot. We don't really need that much. This is gonna decrease our manpower also a lot. But as I said, it doesn't really matter. We don't really need that much manpower right now. We can increase our manpower later. And we got the FDD again. Right-wing populism. They are growing a little bit. They should have more and more popularity, and I'm gonna help them to do that. Sorry. Let's go on with the game. And as you can see, we can launch a coup. In case of alliance of monarchies will come in power, we can do this. We already have nationalist propaganda campaign anyway. And I'm gonna activate it again. Even if this is gonna increase the GDP and it's gonna ruin our income, I still gonna do this. Kazakhstan may become free and Iraq. So yeah, but we don't have influence in Kazakhstan. It's just influence only Iraq then. Okay, we're gonna build some more fortification in Germany because it's not gonna cost us anything. And we could access also this, but we're gonna have to pay for it. So that's what I got here. Alright. A European officer corps. Now let's see what can we do now. So we cannot do nothing from this thing. So I would like to go with this trees, but first of all, we're gonna have to get those guys elected, and this is going to last a little bit. Now here we can choose two paths. Europe's heart and soul. Gain base stability 10% more. That would be great. Or the new great game. Gain base war support. They are not mutually exclusive. So I'm gonna go first of all with a great game. It's gonna also take 2 months. I've got the light jet coming in. I'm just gonna jump right away to industry. Robotic harvesters. I think this is good. We've got light jet 2025. Since that we cannot dispose the light jet. Maybe this is a new type of light jet. Now it's too late. I wanted to upgrade him, but it's too late. I'm not gonna do this now. So let's see. We were supposed to have a type of light jet that gonna be older because we don't need to light jet 2025. Light jet CV, all right. Multi-roller, future combat air system. Light jet 2015. I knew it. This is an old type, so I'm not gonna create it anymore. Light jet 2025. The computer doesn't recognize it is old, and I'm gonna have to replace it, but I'm gonna replace it manually. And then I'm gonna General Striker, 5th generation Striker. Don't really need all this. I bet we also got a lot of equipment anyway. Small arms utility vehicles, ATGM, manpads. Armor personnel carrier APC and infantry fighting vehicle. Main battle tank 32 Gaussian IV. Yeah, we really have a lot of stuff now. What we need is more political power. If we really want to influence the nationalists, they got 0.3%, otherwise they wouldn't even increase. But I think the SPD is still the best. I think it's partly because we're investing a lot in these goods here. So if you're gonna invest less in the army, then this will decrease the opinion of the nationalists. So we still are having nationalist campaign, right? So we still have, theoretically, like more influence. We're still gonna go with nationalist, of course. Recruiting more agents, but I don't think we're gonna need more agents right now. You got plenty of agents, they are doing a wonderful job. And all we can do is to print some more money. This is the only... Or I could actually choose to increase the tax rate again, the population tax rate. Maybe if you're gonna do this, things will look better. Central Bank of the United States warns of possible home bubble. Yeah, it's gonna decrease again the economy. No effect. But a house bubble might be created. I don't care. We're just gonna need now the economy and everything. It's still difficult to keep the economic boom because basically it doesn't exist. Nanorobotics, factory output another 15%. Right, let's go on with construction 7, maximum factory in the state construction speed. Let me just check again here. Productivity 2,500 and global average is 2,000. Currently monthly productivity growth 10.227. Effects from productivity. Factory output 165%. Construction speed minus 331%. What's this year? Service construction. Employment. Unemployment threshold 11%. Unemployment rate, average worker fulfillment. Corporate taxes are the best. International investments 37. Yeah, because we're having 13. We could pay a part of our debt if we're gonna get rid of all this investment. Defense 451. Whatever, but I think I'm gonna go with waiting a little bit, and I'm gonna print some money later. This is gonna decrease productivity, but it doesn't matter because we have it anyway huge. And we're stable with manpower, which means that I could decrease military spending even further to large military spending because you don't need that much manpower. So. We got a third generation drone. I'm gonna go on here with electric construction evolution. Let's see if you can make an upgrade here at this drone. Then. Yes, we can. Okay, let's upgrade at maximum. If we can, and I think we can. 700 is gonna cost us, but we got 1,000. Third generation suicide drone. Has even more flight range. And now we're gonna start producing it. Yeah, we got so much energy. Now, of course, I could create some more. I could build some more, create some more stuff, increase infrastructure. This should increase also production, like all over across the European Union, of course. Because if you're gonna do this, things will look much better. Also increase network infrastructure or whatever that is, at least in some areas in Germany, so to speak. Some more radar stations would also be good. Some short-out missiles, or whatever they are. Some nuclear stuff as well. And renewable energy. This is also a very important stuff, of course. Strategic fuel reserve as well. Fossil fuel power plant. And missile launch. And also some office sectors. I mean, why not? Office sectors should always bring money. Commercialized agriculture, also in Paris. And statewide defense structures. All over the place. So that we're gonna have them. Alright, now we got some ports that we can build. We can also build them in... we cannot build them here. Alright, that's enough. And some railways if we want to. Just some more railways across Germany, I think, is not going to be a bad idea. And some more supply hubs. But I think that we have really a lot of supply hubs. It doesn't seem that we're gonna need more of them. We also cannot upgrade them to some new levels or something. This just doesn't work. Also in Berlin. Right, so that way we should just make Germany great again and have a huge amount of supplies being delivered. Great. Now we're gonna have a lot of projects, as you can see, but we also got a lot of factories, so we can do it without any problem. Now the thing is, what can we do to increase our income further, except from decreased military spending? We still got 94 special forces divisions. So we can upgrade these special forces units. Motorized infantry and armored battalion. Special forces armored battalion, they're not. They're only special forces operations here. And regarding marine battalions, so we're done. Armored marine vehicle, armored marine infantry or so. I think they are very cool. We would also put up some even more stuff, but I think that we're done here. Let's just do that. And we're gonna make our already existent equipments and troops very powerful. Let's use the mechanized brigade. Let's upgrade our divisions even more after losses in the war with Russia. Another panzer brigade. Close air support. And here we're way ahead of time, which is that we could move forward in 2025. Yeah, let's go with this type of hypersonic missile. This is gonna be a totally new type of missile, the hypersonic missile. And we still got some equipment, some air experience. Let's just use it. Okay, KS 2025. This is to be the one. It's going to be also upgraded. Now, I don't really have too much air experience, but I think that we're doing fine still. What else can we do here then? Could still reduce the autonomy in Iraq, or better in Kazakhstan, because Kazakhstan is going to become 100% free at one point. Gonna need more political power. Could combat foreign influence. Cannot join the okay, let's go campaign non-aligned emerging pro-western. No, but I would like to nationalist campaign, I guess. I'm gonna move on here as well. Non-aligned campaign. Pro-western. Propaganda campaign. Daily national support 0-1. Effects are removed. Domestic independence changes by 10%. Political power gain. But gain stability minus 5%. I don't think sure it's gonna be good. Let's go with it anyway. Let's take the risk and let's go with it, because we really need the nationalists to increase, such as this guy's EFDD, Europe of Freedom and Right-Wing Populism. I would like them to form the new government by the next election, which will be in 2029. That would be really awesome, because SPD is just, they are too powerful. Alliance of autocrats and monarchies, they would be also good. They are growing as well. Yes, and the EFDD and the APF is increasing. By EFDD are the most important. They should form the new government next time. So we're gonna support them for that. That doesn't mean that we're gonna start a civil war or overthrow the republic. It just means that we're gonna get access to a new national focus tree. The new great game. Gain base war support 100%. A game of spheres. So they are actually Clash of Civilizations. A removed NATO member. Oh my god, we're gonna get out of NATO then. Well, I don't think this is a good idea to do it, but I think we can do it, by the way. We can declare war on NATO and take on NATO. Target of westernization decision. We could increase a lot. Pax Occidentalis. Yeah, that would be interesting. Peace coexistence. America first. Offers a non-aggression pact. Guardians of the Peace War. Add Guardians of the Peace War. Political power gain, stability, and war support. A game of sphere. A Heart of Iron. Power gain 30%, stability 30. Puppet focus on China. Puppet focus on Russia. Puppet focus on United States. And by that way, although I'm not quite sure if you're gonna be member of NATO, then we're gonna be able to declare war in the United States that way. Eurosphere. Offers non-aggression pact. Eurosphere spreads influence on every neighbor country in Europe, Middle East and Africa with influence less than 50. But how much? No one knows. Guardians of World Peace. Or we could go with Clash of Civilization, the West versus the rest. Digital democracy. You know, but before taking these decisions, I think I would like to go on with the economy and see what can we get here. Most importantly is that through these decisions, somehow we can go with Pax Occidentalis. But this is going to be the last. And we could take on Persia, although I think Iran is anyway our... Well, they are our puppet state as far as I know. Yes, that's why they are our puppet state. Together with Iraq and Syria. So we haven't annexed them, of course. So what do you guys think will be the strategy that we should go next? Write it down below in the commentary section. Territorial expansion NATO. Operation Unthinkable 2, annex war goal against Russia. But Russia's our puppet state, there's no need to do that. Asian westernization. And India becomes target of westernization decision. Arabian westernization. I think this would be interesting to go with. Look at this, how many nations we're gonna be able to attack. Becomes target, and Persia, Iran becomes target, and China becomes target. But this is only gonna happen. We're gonna go west versus the rest, and we might be alone in this war with NATO, but we can do this, and or the rest of the world. Remove NATO member. Leaves NATO research group. Leaves NATO. Mutual opinion boost between you and other countries will be removed. All NATO members will have a worse opinion of you. And what is it gonna give us? Cross and crescent. Change the popularity of the Western, change the popularity of the nationalist, so all of them will increase. Russia, or two crosses, Russia. Eurasian Alliance, gain. Alright, so this is gonna be something else. Constantinople. Conquer focus on Turkey, but Turkey doesn't even exist. So this makes no sense here, the rest of the world. Also, this peaceful coexistence, we could go on with that and create Eurosphere. We're gonna have a peaceful approach all over the place. Guardian of the World Peace. Or we could expand even farther. Go with a game of spheres. Puppet focus against China, United States. Also, I'm not quite sure that this is gonna bring something. Clash of Civilization would be, I think, more interesting. And go to West versus the rest, which will give us a lot of focus also on Japan, China, Arabia, and so on. So I think this one would be the best. Another interesting thing would be to go through a game of sphere. But as I said, before I'm gonna do this, I just want to research this here, Europe's heart and soul, to see this through democracy. We got the European Empire, although I think this must be some other thing, USSR. Oh, look at this craziness. United States of Europe. Now the people becomes the ruling party of our nation. Emerging out becomes the ruling party, but it's gonna be something like communism, you know, if you're gonna go with that. European Empire would achieve through this thing here, basically through the cross and the crown. Change the popularity of nations 20%. Add Christian, which grant daily Salafi support. The new knights or the new emperor. And the new emperor would go to a new house. Oh, this is so interesting stuff here, what the guys did with this mod. House of Hohenzollern, let's say. And then we're gonna choose a palace. I don't know, Buckingham, Hofburg, or a new palace, or so in Brussels. Moves capital. Coronation and the whole European Empire. What do you guys think? Shall we go with this? The imperial crown. By the Pope. Alliance of Monarchy becomes the ruling party. What about here? Who's gonna become the new Alliance of Monarchists? Alliance of Monarchists will become anyway the new ruling party. Palace of Madrid, Quirinal, Buckingham, Sanssouci, Hofburg. This is a very interesting approach if you're gonna go with the new emperor, like the cross and the crown. How about the others? Let's just check. Environmental empire. If we're gonna go with the green future, environmental empire, the green will become the new ruling party. Environmental imperialism. This focus is no currently effect. Changes in the war situation is formed focus Middle East. Get environmental imperialist decisions on every region and power and above in Oceania. All AI government. Add AI government. Corruption level to negligible corruption. Yeah, but I don't know if something would bring here. We're gonna with environmental empire, and there is also the torch of freedom, which is, I think, the least harm. It can cause the least harm. So ALDE is gonna take 10 support, European People's Party and Party of European Socialist. And then we're gonna get digital democracy, which is actually, I think, the current path of the European Union right now. This is the digital democracy stuff and torture free, which is of course okay, but look, we're not trying to recreate reality here. We're just trying to play a game. This is lately a game, so it's just science fiction stuff with different scenarios, possibilities. So we're gonna get digital democracy. It's gonna give us some construction speed. I don't think it's gonna be really cool. So looking all over the place here, I think the most interesting thing would have been to go on this path with the new emperor. We might possibly have coronation and stuff. We might possibly have another type of government, you know. It is just possible. Now, supposedly, if you would have gone on this path, President of the European Federation would be German doctrine, armor warfare doctrine. So we would have been a federation, so. Go to Europe, environmental imperialist. Favors the farmers and international bankers. Event, so I don't think something would have changed. And however, the French doctrine will lead to empire of freedom. Global empire of freedom would go with ally or adversary, NATO legacy, major non-EU edu ally. European Federation, historic France, or Trump's legacy, break the wall, Mexico, major Norwich grants, and Buster or whatever, and there will be another one, Pax Europea, and there are of course some other stuff here. We could go competitor China, Japan, major non-EU edu ally. We could have gone also on this path, I guess. But now we are here. And the question is, what can we do next? Shall we go with Clash of Civilization or not? I need a plan. Now if you're gonna go Clash of Civilization, East versus the rest, we will have a lot of bonuses. Now, if you're gonna go with either with Green Future or Torch of Freedom, is going to be the most boring maybe. Green Future would be interesting because you're going to have some decisions upon most of the nations of the world. And we can create European Empire. We're going to go with the new Knights. Knights of the new Empire. Daily command modify special force capacity multiplier. Or the new Emperor. We go to European Empire. Nationalist outlook becomes the ruling party. Public election will be held. Politics will change. Nationalist outlook becomes the ruling party, and so on. And change of popularity of nationalists 30%. I think that would be interesting because it would get us here to environmental imperialism, maybe, or maybe not. Now choose a palace and choose a new house would also be interesting. Maybe I should go over with this one because this one is actually the most important. It's just the most diverse, and I'm not sure what it's gonna give us, but this is what I'm gonna do. And here I'm gonna go with Clash of Civilizations and go the West versus the rest, all those up to Pax Occidentalis. Right, so first of all, let's go on. Now, of course, we have something else to research. There are still a lot of things that we haven't researched until now because we didn't have time. Such as, we don't have nuclear Germany, we don't have nuclear weapons, which maybe is good. We also I want to research these two things, but we're gonna have to have the right party in power. And also got a lot regarding our army to further develop our army here. Gonna have to research as well, such as the land, Bundeswehr, rapid deployment force, and so on. And of course, regarding economy, we also got the infrastructure reforms. We didn't do any infrastructure reforms. And here, healthcare spending, we can modify, get some more money. Bergbau in Deutschland, building some mines, expand the oil and gas sector. This is also very important. Nord Stream pipeline, add Nord Stream. I think we have it already. Or domestic oil production, go on this path. So yeah, there are still other things to do, but I think that most important that we're gonna go first of all on this path easily. And I also want to see what is gonna happen next, because there are some other decisions by other nations that could influence our external political attitude. Are we gonna go to war again or not? Now let's go first of all with Europe's heart and soul. It's gonna give us 10% more stability. Now that would be the path that I would like to follow. If you guys have any ideas or suggestions or what decisions we should make in this campaign, then write down below in the commentary section. And we also have to do something to improve our economy. I think the first thing I should do would be to decrease again the military spending, because otherwise it's just not going to help. Another possibility that we're going to have is to increase population tax, which is the worst thing that you can do, but also the least thing that you want to do, because there are no any other possibilities. We're losing money too fast. We have a huge debt here. I was just hoping that 22,000, because I thought that we have paid part of our debt back. Whatever, as long as we're not making money, then this is not going to help, no matter what. And here we still have a disposal this unconventional warfare doctrine. Let's go on with that. And let me just decrease the military spending up to small military spending, 399 to 455. Gonna give us 55 billion. Whatever, we're gonna go first of all with large spending, because we got, as you can see, 11 million manpower. Don't really need that. Grant the bailout. Yeah, let's grant the bailout to Sweden. And as you can see, we're already making a little bit better money. We're also building a lot of factories. I'm not sure if this really helps. Now, the biggest spendings that we have are on defense and on welfare. Additional expenses. What are this? Gazprom pipeline, but propaganda campaign 97. Oh, this is really enormous. I didn't really thought. Kazakhstan, but I think we cannot influence Kazakhstan. We can only influence Iran, Syria. Nationalist propaganda campaign, but how can we erase this? It's going to increase GDP. How can we decrease GDP then? It's going to be additional expenses. 0.1% of GDP is enormous. So should either not do that. It's going to give us for 120 days more national support. No, when I'm thinking better, I don't want to do that. Election threshold. Capital of Europe. Oh, this is interesting. Moves capital to Brussels. Yeah, I guess I can do that. Not sure what this is gonna bring. And let's check again here. Wait a minute. Alright. So how can we... Yeah, but how can we get rid of this propaganda campaign? Because I don't want them anymore. It's a huge cost that doesn't bring anything good, honestly. Productivity is anyway good enough. Could of course print money, but I'm not gonna do this right now. Propaganda decisions. Corruption level. Something else, but how can you raise this? Because having more, because this additional expenses will take forever, and you're gonna take the effects for only 120 days. I don't think this is okay. This is a big bullshit that I should try to get rid of, but I don't really know how can I get rid of this propaganda campaign bullshit. I mean, you can use it for 120 days, and then you're just not gonna need it anymore. We didn't get anyway anything about it. As 97 billion they were losing, of course there's a big difference here. I'm losing a lot of money because of this thing. How can we, however, decrease GDP? Is there any way? The higher the GDP, okay, attribute contribution. Of industries. 98,000. Recent quarter GDP growth rate 2.4. GDP per capita. Current impact. Okay, this is the impact. So more stability, more construction speed by less total workforce, and fossil power plant construction speed and productivity. GDP growth rate 2.3%. The higher your quarterly GDP, the more likely you get positive economic events and approximate contribution of industry by percent. Non-commercialized, commercialized agriculture and resource extraction. All right. Propaganda campaign, but these campaigns are over. Running the propaganda decisions, but we're not running them anymore. They are out, and we're still getting this penalty. It's 104. This is absolutely enormous. Of course, we can decrease the defense a lot, but this is just also not gonna bring anything. To expand our navy, we don't need to do this. Encouraging local gun companies to be founded can really get the bail. Additional expenses of GDP project. Army industry stipends. So I don't want to add additional expenses, honestly. Employment. Employment level. Current target. To offer more workers. We can decrease it. But how is this gonna impact our GDP? Is the question. $98,000 billion. This is just way too much. Of course, I could increase population tax. There are, of course, other measures. But this thing with propaganda campaign is just a total bullshit. It's going to increase GDP forever. And this will cost the economy a lot. So I have to find some other ways to increase the economy. I think the first way is to print money and to reduce defense spending, because we don't really need that much. We should reduce it basically to small defense spending. And also the social spending, some other things maybe as well. Whatever, I thought we were gonna have more fuel and stuff. Recruit population 15,000, this is enormous. Polish election. Standardized maglev rail, that's alright. And I see that we are getting close to finish all the research projects. Augmented reality system is going to give us division tech 10%. That's great. And I was also wanted to check if we can... Oh, we suddenly have less stability. I think it's because of lack of fuel, right? Large military spending is also decreasing, of course. Population tax minus 40%. We're gaining a daily of 343,000. Okay, I was also wanted to check if you can declare war on some other nations, but I think not. We also got the ledger here, which is good. But the question is, what can we see here then? So the richest are China, India, United States. Basically, we have absolutely no fuel. I mean, where are we? Check again. 822,000. Yeah, and the others are having... China's having 5,700,000. And wait, the list is having Congo, Sweden, Mali, Singapore, of course, these tiny nations. And we got the most factories, but we got very little fuel. 800. I mean, China's having 7 times more fuel than we have. It's enormous, it's incredible. And the United States is having 4 times more fuel than we have. Naval yards, we have the most, but China's also having a lot, and United States. Military industries, China's having more military industries than we have. Imagine what a huge power they are. Tax cost factor. Civilian industries, now we have 2 times more than. And Gulf Cooperation Council, NATO. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the GDP, there you go. We have the hugest GDP ever. 97,000. US, they have 47,000. China, 34,000. How can we decrease this, because of course we are United Europe, but it's still SPD crisis. We're gonna condemn the crisis, and we're finally making a little bit more money right now. I think it is possibly because we have. So Iraq can become. Kazakhstan has become independent already? Yes, they have become independent. Oh, this is such a shame. But they are still a NATO member, though. I mean, the same thing is going to happen to Russia. Even if they can become independent, they still got such a huge national focus. As you can see, they are still researching a lot of stuff here. And their emerging outlook. They have the next elections. Motherland. Okay, this is also some kind of nationalist party in Russia. No wonder. They're gonna also break free. In the meantime, let's just ask them for more forces before they're gonna break free like that. PMC Reddit. Private mercenary company, Wagner Reddit. Yeah, the Russians are still strong, but even if they're gonna break free, they will still remain a part of NATO, so I think this shouldn't be a big problem. And we started to do better with money. Now, as a thing that I learned from this game is that you shouldn't ever make a propaganda campaign. It's gonna increase your GDP like hell, and expenses, of course, gonna cost a lot. I actually knew that, but I didn't know it's gonna be that bad. And you're not going to have any real change here. I mean, it's going to be a small change, but it's not going to be that significant. It's not going to be significant. Not at all. We have a balanced society. I'd like to go to nuclear power. It has completed special project. Unfortunately, we can't. Right, and I wanted to check, so are there any countries where we could declare war on? Egypt, for example. They are still at war, but no, we cannot declare war. Because who created war tension? That's the question. Côte d'Ivoire. Are these guys here? Justify war goal, guarantee independence. No. Because we're not in a position to declare war on anyone we want. First, we're gonna have to leave NATO, or have a new party in power, or something like that. There must be some decisions, possibly hidden decisions or not. I'm gonna be able to do this. Until then, all I have to do is wait, because frankly, I cannot declare war on anyone. I mean, we have the possibility to wage war and conquer a lot, but this is not gonna be easy. Electric construction evolution. I guess this should be good. Alright, here things are gonna take a lot, so we cannot do this. We can go on with MLRS 2025. It's gonna take 150 days. I think this is a good thing. And we're still recruiting one more division. Let's go for it. We have the plans for advanced technology, electric construction evolution. We have stolen the plans. Alright, that's good. Right, so as I said, we cannot declare war on anyone who hasn't caused war tension, except on India, maybe. Increase control over businesses. India is also having such an enormous, huge national focus tree. I mean, this is really huge. Right, so let's see. Europe, heart and soul. What do you guys think that we should do next? Now, this is the choice that will follow and will direct our entire campaign from now on. So I was thinking that I would go with what did we say? I was thinking I should go with the cross and the crown in order to choose actually the emperor path, to see what's gonna happen. We're gonna have coronation and so on. It's gonna be very funny, but let's go on with it. Change the popularity of nations 20%. We're not gonna have a civil war, pretty sure. So let's go with that. As I said, now our campaign path has been just sealed a few seconds ago. I'm not sure what's gonna happen next. I never played that far in this campaign, but we will see. A new arrangements facility. Demand they seize Sri Lanka. Now demand they seize. Let's see. Maybe we're gonna get casus belli on them. So in December 2025. Now it says the most war tension has been caused by us. Shut down on left wing. Yeah, let's shut it down. No, we cannot justify because they have not generated war tension. But who did generate war tension? Only Egypt. Egypt and Ivorian Popular Front. And what about Russia? Maybe two, but of course we cannot declare one of them because they are also recruiting so many divisions. Because they are still our allies, of course. They are still our puppet state of the bloody war that we had. Yeah. Right, we've got plenty of political power. What can we do with it? Right, I could decrease the spending. Decreasing the spending will bring us a little bit more money. Oh, wait a minute. We are already making a little bit of money. Now, I don't understand what happened. Maybe we had a negative influencer or a penalty now, a penalty trait at our nation that decreased the income. I'm not sure, but now it seems there was one of a sudden we're making money. Not sure how, but this is just great. I'm happy because we're making money. It was about time to increase our income a little bit in order to pay part of our debt, because we have such a huge amount of debt. We also got plenty of manpower. We're getting still 14,000, and they accept the demand. This is great. If they wouldn't have accepted, then I'm not sure what would have happened. It would not have been good for them. And we're doing good. We're accumulating a little money. This is great. Okay, so let's see. We've got a bonus for the following category: armored personnel carriers. That's good. Although we are getting towards the end with research here. I don't think we're gonna have any projects left. And we're gonna give them more money. Now this is interesting. Liechtenstein and San Marino. In fact, I wanted to decrease productivity and print some more money, by the way. I'm not gonna change the taxes now, but I want to print some money. This is gonna give us a very nice amount of income. And I also wanted to spend more political power. Let's see what can we do. So as I said, I'll never launch a propaganda campaign. It's not gonna bring anything anyway. Let's just get over it. Could change autonomy in these nations because we got plenty of influence on them, so this is good. And what else can we do? I could cut taxes on industries, but I don't think this is gonna be a good idea. Let's don't do it. And now let's see. So we have changed our capital also, so it's not in Berlin anymore. It is in Brussels, and in Brussels we don't have any troops. Actually, we do have troops in Brussels. Internal investment, encourage investment in Brussels. Effects for 120 days. Investments in Brussels will be 15% cheaper. The AI will also be more likely to invest in the state as well. European Treasury minus 520 billion. No, I'm not gonna do that. Encourage productivity. Expand local building capacity. 1 building slot. Oh, but this is so costly. 297 billion. I mean, I would gladly do this if you're gonna have a lot of income. Add expanding local infrastructure. We don't really have that money to spend. I want to pay that bloody debt out, and as fast as possible. No, this is, I think, a little bit too much. Too much investment for now in Brussels. I know it's our new capital. Let's just build some radar station, by the way. I think that we got now. Because this will be our new capital. Our new capital in Brussels. European Union capital. And we got plenty of troops that are anyway belonging to the old Belgian state that now is part of the European Union, with some motorization divisions. The main battle tanks 2015 level, so I think things are looking actually great. And we still got all political power to spend on. Let's see what can we spend on. Pro-European, we don't need this. Actually, we can try to interfere in one of these nations. They are European Union member, but they're not NATO member. I also cannot attack them yet. And you know, I'm not gonna spend this. I could do something else, by the way. I could try to influence some other parties. Just the party that I'm looking for to get in power is this guys here. Of course, Alliance of Monarchists is better, but this one, Europe of Freedom and Direct Democracy, I can try to influence them a lot. Let's see how it's gonna look. Expand all of our political party to increase their influence at maximum. And now, as you can see, they are 14%. If you're gonna do this before elections, they might take part of the new elected government or form a new government with some other dudes. So this is the strategy I should go for before the next elections if you want to get these guys in power. That in case that we're not gonna choose the Hohenzollern family or the monarchy, which perhaps will change the game drastically. Alright, let's go on with hearts and mind. Compliance growth speed, daily compliance gain. Now this is a very good thing. Compliance with the occupied territory. And we got robotic harvesters. That's great. That's what we got here. And we got new type of satellites. Wait a minute, we got I forgot to check the satellites. There is also something that I should address because they're giving us some massive bonuses, especially to our armies. Gonna check it right now. And here we're gonna also go on with this Asrat thing. I'm not sure what it is. It looks like some kind of Iris or thought system or something. Let's just go over with it. And we're still constructing a lot of stuff. Right, so I wanted to check the satellites. Wait, first of all, the generals, I think they are the best. Division defense -5. Yeah, I think this is the best we can choose. This guy is having only bonuses. The others are having some penalties. Same thing here. So he has interception mission efficiency -5%. Airfield consumption +5%. This is definitely not what we wanted. Yeah, I think this is really good here. Okay, now let's replace this. We got Ariane 6, Ariane 7. GPS block 3. And ComSat block 2. Spy set. Improved crystal. Enhanced crystal. This is better. Kill set angels. Alright, let's create like plenty of them and then we're gonna start launching them. It's gonna be very costly in terms of everything, but who cares? A killer satellite, yeah, we got a fast track so we can also launch one. But we got no rocket to launch here. That is just too bad. We're gonna activate kill set. And let's check our satellites. So we don't have too many, unfortunately. We're just gonna need more of them. I don't want any targets or so, I just want to wait first. Now this is going to cost a lot of money because we're building those rockets and satellites, I think. We're going to get Eutelsat in action. Just don't say that you heard that from me. Right, and also got an American division here at the border with Andorra, because they think that Andorra might pose a threat to the European Union. They got not a single division there. This is funny. San Marino and Liechtenstein. And finally we have again a lot of free factories. And we finally have the cross and the crown. Change of popularity of nationalists, 20%. Now guess who's gonna be elected next? Our favorite party, Ed Christian, which grants daily Salafist and base war support. That is awesome. Now we can go with the new emperor, which is good with the new knights. New knights would go to European Empire and military stuff would become ruling party. Environmental imperialism decisions on every regional power and above in Asia. But there are no regional powers like that. Yeah, before we're gonna go with the Emperor, I want to go here and go with the Clash of Civilizations. War tension increased by 10. And then we're gonna go with the West, because we're gonna have some casus belli on these nations, on Arabian nations. Target of westernization decision. And China. Becomes target of westernization decision. Iran and then Pax Occidentalia. We're just gonna leave the others alone. Yeah, so we're gonna go on with that. This is going to increase even farther, and we also can research or recruit more divisions. Let's create more panzer divisions, and I also like to upgrade them, but maybe not now. Let's just create 10 panzer divisions more and just have the biggest army the world has ever seen in Hessen. Some 10 more panzer divisions. One is having 4,000 men. Well, this is a very small one. I thought we were gonna have like 14,000 men. For that, we're gonna need to update them. Gonna do that later. Hang on a second. Just have some factories ready to repair in case that we're gonna start a war. Multi-purpose warheads. And some patrol airplane. That's what I got here. We're way ahead of time. The next would be this one here, quantum computing. It's gonna increase resource speed even more. Let's just check our resource speed anyway. And in the meantime, let's see what I got here. Nuclear reactor. Okay, but I don't think that 397 days is going to last a lot, but let's go with that anyway. And got a new type of patrol airplane. And I wanted to check resource speed. 137% is good. Yeah, it is actually good. And now, as you can see, our party is here, right? But unfortunately, it's going down. So we're gonna have to support it even more with like another 1,000 political power to spend on it. We could also go with volunteer service. Maybe we're gonna do this. What are we gonna get if we're gonna do this? We're gonna have better attack, but less attack on core territory. Military wage multiplier plus 40%. Gonna be plus 80%. Because we're gonna increase military wages, basically. Okay, interesting. So I'm not gonna do this now, of course. Global interventionism officer, and we have close borders. If we're gonna increase this, we're gonna have less ideology-driven defense and more migration. Globalized economy. And large military spending, which I think is good for now. Construction 7. Even more factory in the state. That's great. Let's go on with excavation 7. This is gonna bring us more resources. We're gonna need this anyway. I like fast. And as you can see, we got 604 factory output. This is just insane. And again, we're losing money. I'm not sure what happened. Actually, we're not. We're still getting some money. And as you can see, we got so much equipment here. We are producing a lot. 1.5 million small arms. When are we gonna use all this? We should conquer the world. We're not gonna use not even 500,000. If you're gonna go at war with the whole world once, at the same time, we're not gonna use more than 500,000 small arms. I guarantee you that. Even if you're gonna have a total war with the whole world on all of the places at once. Even with Russia and China and US and all of Africa and all of Southern America, I would do this. What do you guys think? Should we do this? Should we declare war on the whole world? Make it like total war, European states total war campaign. Maybe we're gonna do this now. First of all, I'm gonna have to research this kind of thing, Clash of Civilizations, and then we gotta get surprised to see what's gonna happen next. Now let's see what the situation is. So unfortunately our party is going down with a very high speed, but also the actual party. So I think that next time they might even lose the elections. European Green Party. I mean the Socialists, I think, will lose the election next time. We could of course try to buy the influence of our favorite party even more. Hold the influence on San Marino, Haiti, and Are you kidding me? But we can also decrease the influence right here in Iran and Syria a little bit more. But I don't want to get in a position to annex them. Let's see what's going on here. Iraq can become an associate state. Iran, Syria, and Iraq, we don't have enough influence, is the problem. Just now. Got 96% level of independence. So we're not gonna hold elections. Elections will be held in 2029, in just 3 years. This is popularity of the actual government, 51%. This is really big. Mutual investment. What's the matter now? We're making less money again. I could pay this debt back, and now I'm gonna have less debt, so we should make more money after all anyway. 40,000. Now we got 19,000. I hope we're not gonna have that much debt again. There you go. We are starting to make some money. $40 billion, and we got 19,000 billion debt. I cannot wait to pay this back. I hope we're gonna pay it back one way or another. So let's see. First of all, we got the 5.5 generation airstrike or so. Now we've got level 2035. I think I'm gonna go with quantum computing. Got a new type of plane that we're gonna put up. And I think through our research here, Clash of Civilization, we're gonna be thrown out of NATO, and we're gonna have the decision to attack NATO. And given the fact that Russia is now independent, is not independent, but Kazakhstan is independent, I'm gonna be able to attack them. Gonna request even more forces for Russia, but no, we don't need this. What are they researching? Dash RG Russisch. I'm not sure what that is. Stabilization Fund. Man, they got so many bonuses. Israel-Russia Diamond Deal. Imperial Legacy. A new Russia. Nationalization of private media. Right, Clash of Civilization is there. War tension increased. I know. Let's go on and see. So before we're gonna move forward also with the new emperor, I want to research something else in other fields because we're falling behind in other fields, and this is not a good thing at all. First of all, let's just go on with army. We need to invest in our army, and I'm gonna take the easiest decision. Either these two. But no, I'm gonna take this one. Integrated command and control. It's gonna give us some massive bonuses down here. Or rapid deployment doctrine. Both of them actually. One after the other. Let's go on with that, because we also need some bonuses in the army. We cannot be satisfied with what we got right now. Our investments are also very high. So we've got the MLRS 2005. Yeah, basically we can go on with this bulk-loaded liquid propellants. And gonna have to replace the MLRS. As you can see, we're using only 81 military industries out of 294 and only 11 out of 133 dockyards. We got so many resources and so many factories. We don't even use them. We don't need them actually. All I need is more bloody money in order to pay this bloody debt out. That is very important. Okay, let's just send some more troops now. Infantry division. Because I want to increase the armies that we have, the number of active armies that we have. Right, I'll also have to make sure, because we don't have only these German divisions, we also have this EU army, alright? With some dudes that are standing here, they're not doing anything. We gotta also imply they are actually in France. This is a French army. But wait a minute, this is a Marine army. This is the Marine army. Must be some French unit, right? Set proper AI. Alright, AA. Panzer Brigade. Alright, so this guy can go and take care of this region now. Poland. United States asks for a bailout. Not at all. We cannot afford that. We are powerful, but we cannot afford that. So this would be another Marine army that I'm building down here. But of course, I don't have to build only a Marine army. I could also build a Special Forces army or so. I'm gonna use this Lieutenant General, which is very skilled. He's just great. Right, so he's just gonna stand in this area and St. Petersburg. Actually, let's change them. Because we got anyway plenty of troops. So this will be the Special Forces troop. We can name it. Let's just name them like that. It's gonna be just a normal army. So we got 3 Marines here. Let's also update these dudes here. What paratroopers? Air cavalry. I think air cavalry is gonna be much better. Armored cavalry, mechanized defense. Increased chances of blitz and encirclement. Yeah, I think this one is better. I mean, combined armor experts is just the best thing. Mechanized defense. I'm gonna go on exceptionally with this one here. Armored cavalry, because I think it's also cool. So we've got now Bundeswehr and the U army. How am I gonna forget about them? Okay, so terrestrial troops, EU terrestrial troops. Peace through firepower, makes you volunteer force divisions. Division attack, yeah, division attack is the most important in my opinion. We should just do this no matter what. Right, and now we can influence our poor party again to rise again. Of course, we don't have elections, but I want to make it sure that it's gonna rise a lot. So this is here. Rise all to 10% and even further to 20%. Great, now they are on the 2nd place in Germany. Of course, they're gonna go down again. I don't think that there will be something to keep them. EFDD, we're just gonna need them if you want to go on with this thing here. EFDD, the Republicans. You want to go down with them? They're gonna need them right here. We will have to support them with our political power. Now they got 20%. This is really awesome. So we're gonna focus on our German army. Okay, hang on a second. I think we have stolen another stuff here. We have stolen excavation 7. Great. Alright, let's go on then with fully reusable modification. Augmented reality system, division attack, that's great. Submarine attack. 400 days. I think I'm gonna go with one of these because it's gonna have 351. Anti-vessel missile 2030. That is something cool. Right, so I think I'm gonna end the recording here and I'm gonna continue next time. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'm gonna see you next time. Until then, bye bye and take care.